This class is brought to you by the LA Care and Blue Shield Promise Community Resource Centers. The centers are a place to help you be active, healthy, and informed. We hope you enjoy this virtual class.
Hi, my name is Sonia Guzman. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's weight training class. Today, we are going to be doing a series of exercises where we are going to be working both our upper body and our lower body. For today's class, we will not have any music, and that is so that you can listen to the instructions. We want to make sure that you do the exercises correctly, and that way reduce the potential for injury. It's also recommended that you talk to your doctor prior to starting any weight training exercise, especially if this will be your first time. And that's so that your doctor can give you any specific guidelines based on your personal health. What you will need for today is just a pair of weights. So if you have that, then you are ready to go, and let's go ahead and get started. And so we are going to start first with a warm-up. So go ahead and start moving in place. Just go ahead and start marching. Moving the arms, moving the legs. Now let's go ahead and take our step side to side, single step, and lift the arms. Lift them all the way up to the elbows. Now, march in place again. And now bring your hands to the waist or the hips and bend the legs. Bend and bend. Bend at the knee and take the arms back. Take them back like so. Take them back. Very good. Just warming up. Bend those knees and march it out. Bring the arms up on the sides like so. And now we're going to take the arms up and down and do a double step. Up and down, double step, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Very good. Very good. Keep going. One more. And march it out. Now, again, your hands on your hips. And now take the legs out. Give it a little bit of a turn. Make sure you turn your legs all the way to the knees. That'll help prevent injuries. Turn your legs. And now take the arms across. Across, across. Very good. Lift those arms. And if you can only lift the arms a little bit, say down here, that's perfectly okay. Do what you can. Very good. And go ahead and march it out. And now let's go ahead and take our legs forward. Let's do some heel taps. And so bring your hands to the waist or the hips and tap with your heels. And tap, tap, tap. Very good. Now bring your arms up and push forward. With your hands, push forward. As you tap with your heels, you push with your hands. Okay, now we are going to go into some stretches. So go ahead and leave the right leg forward. Put the hands on the left leg, which is in the back, and just bend over. Lift the toes of the right foot, and that way you are getting a stretch on the back of the leg. Now just bend over slightly, just to where you feel the stretch. Go ahead and switch legs. Left leg forward, lift the toes. Put the hands on the right leg. And again, lift those toes of the left foot. Lift to where you feel the stretch on the back of the left leg. Bend your body slightly. If you want to feel more of a stretch, you just have to bend the body a little bit more or lift the toes a little bit more. Just make sure that it's safe, that you are not at risk of falling over. Come on up. Go ahead and lift the heel of the right foot, which is the foot that's behind or that's in the back. Lift the heel and bring the hips forward. And then bring the body down. And now we are stretching the hip flexors. So now we're stretching the front of the leg. So you should feel that. Go ahead and switch legs. Left leg goes back, bring the hips forward. The left heel is up. And just bring the body back slightly. Feel the stretch again on the hip flexors. Okay, come on out of this stretch. Go ahead and bring the left arm just slightly forward. And then go ahead and take the arm towards the right. And so you should be able to feel the stretch along the waist. All on the left side, should feel the stretch. The right arm, make sure you put your hand on the hip and bring the elbow out so you get a stretch on that side as well. So bring the left arm over to the right and stretch. Come on out of this position. Now let's take the right arm over to the left and stretch. Stretch. Reach over to the left side. The left hand is on the hips and the left elbow is out. Come on out of this stretch. Now go ahead and take the head over to the left and bring the right arm out towards the right so we get a stretch from the neck all the way down to the hand. And make sure that your knees are relaxed. Don't lock your knees, relax them, keep them this way to release any pressure from the back. And let's go over to the right, take the head to the right and bring the left arm out. Okay, go ahead and come on out of that stretch. And for the last stretch, let's take our chin down towards the chest. Relax your shoulders and just kind of let your head hang a little bit just so that it stretches the neck and the spine. Okay, so we are now ready to get started. So let's go ahead and go into our exercise routine for today. So go ahead and grab your weights. And the first exercise that we are going to do is one of the exercises where we work both the upper body and the lower body. So first what we're going to do with our legs is we are going to sit, okay? So we are going to bring our body down, bringing the hips down. Okay, making sure that the knees don't go past the toes, we are going to sit. So we sit and we stand. That's the first part. We sit and we stand. So take the hips back, making sure the knees don't go past the toes. Now, for the second part, okay, so we're down here, we're sitting, we come up. When we come up, we bring our arms forward, okay? So we bring them together and forward. So again, we sit, bring the arms down, we stand, bring the arms forward, okay? So let's go ahead and do 3 sets of 12. Now remember, if all you can do is this, you cannot sit any lower, that is perfectly okay. Do what you can. On 3, let's start by sitting down 1 and 2 and 3. We come down, bring the arms down, and then we come up. 1, 2, remember, take the hips back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, hips back, 11, one more, and 12. Okay, take a short break, catch your breath, just a short break, and then we go into set number 2. Okay, we open our legs, hip width apart. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. Come on down, and 1. Put the weight on the heels, and 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 9, and 10, give me 2 more, 11, and 1 more, and 12, very good, okay. Again, short break, and then we go into set number 3. You might feel that these exercises are a bit more challenging, and they are because remember, we are doing both an upper body and a lower body workout at the same time. It's 2 exercises in 1. Okay, here we go. Last set on 3. Legs are hip width apart. 1 and 2 and 3. Hips back and down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1 more, and 12. Okay, very good. Okay, for the next exercise, we're going to be working on the back. So I want you to take your weights, cross them like this in front of you, hold on to them, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to bring the body slightly forward, and then come back up. So slightly forward and come back up. Okay, so now we are working the back, particularly the low back. Keep the knees soft, make sure that you don't lock them. So again, bring the body forward and then bring the body up. Okay, 3 sets of 12, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, we go. 1, working on the back, 2, 3, 4, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 9, give me 3 more, 10, 11, and 1 more, and 12. It's also very important that you make sure that you keep your legs open, at least hip width apart. Don't open them too much, right? No, it's not necessary, but hip width apart. Don't bring them too close together because then if you're trying to bend over like that, you could actually lose your balance. So you want to make sure that they are hip width apart. That's going to help you stabilize yourself, okay? Here we go, on 3. 1 and 2 and 3. We go. 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1 more, and 12. Very good. Okay, that's set number 2. We just have one more set. Last set. 1 and 2 and 3. Come on down. And we go 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10, 11, and one more, and 12. Okay, very good. Okay, let's take a short break before we move on to our next exercise. For the next exercise, we are going to go back to doing double exercise, okay? Upper and lower body. Now, first the lower body. In the first exercise, we took our body down, right? We sat all the way down, and then we came back up. This time, what we are going to do is we are just going to bring our hips down slightly, okay? Bring the hips down slightly, like so. And then what we're going to do is, as we come up, we bring the arms forward. Okay, so similar to the first exercise, but we're definitely working different muscles. Okay, so down and up, and down and up. All right, so here we go. On 3, 1 and 2 and 3. We sit slightly and then we come up. 1 and 2. It's as if when we sit, we bring the knees and the hands together, and then we separate them when we stand. 4 and 5, 6, hips down. Remember to bring the hips back, not forward. And 8, that's 9, and 10, 2 more, 11, 1 more, and 12, okay? So what do we mean by bringing the hips back? What we mean is that when we sit, rather than sit like this, we want to make sure that we sit back, okay? So take the hips back and down. Make sure you're not bringing your hips down this way, all right? Because there's a potential for injury. Okay, second set, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. So we bring the knees and the hands together, and then we separate them. 1 and 2. The legs are open, hip width. 3 and 4 and 5. Also remember to breathe. And 6, so don't hold your breath. 7 and 8 and 9. That's 10, 11, and one more, and 12. Very good. That's set number 2. We just have one more to go. Okay, here we go. On 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Come on down, and 1 and 2. That's 3. 4, that's 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10, down, 11, and one more, and 12. Okay, very good. Short break before we move on. Okay, moving on now to our next exercise. So now what we are going to do is we are going to bring the left leg forward and we are going to bring the right leg back. So almost like our stretches where we stretch for the hip flexors. Okay, so same position. And then we are going to turn our hands so that our palms are facing forward. Okay, now my weight is on the left heel, the foot that's in front. It's on the heel, not the toes, on the heel. And then what I'm just simply going to do is bring my body down while I do a bicep curl, okay? So again, the weight is on the heel that's in front. I bring the body down and I do a bicep curl and I come back up. Let's go ahead and do 12 of these. We're gonna do 12 alternating, 3 sets with bicep curls, and then we're gonna do 3 sets while we lift our arms out to the sides, okay? All right, so left leg forward, right leg back, right heel is up, palms are facing forward, bring the arms down, sides of the body. Remember to do a bicep curl when you bring the body down. 1 and 2 and 3, we go. 1, remember to keep the weight on the front heel, that would be the left leg. 3, and just take it down as much as you can. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Remember to relax the shoulders too, don't have them up here, okay? 8 and 9. Simply bring the hips down. 11, keeping the weight on the left heel, and 12. Now we are going to alternate, okay? Now the left leg is in the back, left heel is up, palms are facing forward, the weight is on the right heel, the foot that's in front. On 3, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, we're gonna do one more set with bicep curls, and then we switch to taking the arms out to the sides. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and one more, and 12. Okay. Now, next set, remember, now we're going to be taking the arms out to the sides. So they're right here in front. And as we dip, we bring them out to the sides like so. Not necessary to bring them up really high, just right here. So open and close. On 3, 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember to keep the weight on that foot that is flat on the floor. 11, one more, and 12. Switch. Left leg forward, right leg back, right heel is up. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, and one more, 12. Okay. Okay, we have one more set left. Now, by the time we are done with this set, we will have done 3 sets of leg exercises for the left leg, 3 sets for the right, 3 sets of bicep curls, and 3 sets of shoulder raises out to the side, okay? So that's a total of 3 exercises. So let's go ahead and finish this one. Here we go, 1 and 2 and 3. We go 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the weight is on the heel, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and one more, and 12. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and move on to our next two exercises. The last two exercises that we are going to do are only going to involve one exercise. So let's go ahead and start with our tricep kickbacks. So we're going to bring the arms to the sides of the body, like so. We keep them here. We bend over slightly, and we also bend our knees slightly. Now, we want to bend over so that gravity gives us a little bit of resistance as we lift the arms back, okay? So we extend the arms and then we bend the arms, and that's gonna work our triceps. So let's do our 3 sets of 12. Bend your knees. Here we go. Bend the body slightly. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, make sure your shoulders are relaxed. 3, don't let your head hang. Try to keep the neck in a neutral position. So make a straight line all the way from the neck down to the spine. 6, 7, all the way back. 9, 10, 11, and one more, and 12. Very good. Remember, it's important that you lift the arms and bring them down, okay? Don't throw the arm and don't let it drop. You control the movement all the way through. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 9, and 10, 11, and one more, and 12. Very good. That's 2 sets. We just have one more left. Okay. On 3, 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, and 12. Okay. So now we are down to our last exercise. Now, for the last exercise, we are not going to need any weights. We are going to be working on our abs. And so what we are going to do is we are going to bring our hands on our hips, and then we are going to raise our knees, alternating, bringing the knees up, okay? Like so. 24 repetitions. Hold the stomach tight the whole time as you are bringing the knees up. Now, if you need to hold on to something, you can definitely hold on to a chair or some furniture or something here as you are bringing the knees up to help you, right? In case you don't feel comfortable bringing the knees up without holding on to something. You could also perhaps bring a chair in front of you. You just need to make sure that you leave enough space for your knees to come up. So, hands on your hips. Let's go ahead and do our first set. Here we go. On 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Alternating. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Stomach is tight. 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12 more. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12. Relax. You're also going to feel the exercise here along the legs. Remember, we want to focus on the abs, okay? So when you bring those knees up, make sure that you keep your abs tight, okay? Here we go. On 3, 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 5, tight. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 more. That's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Take a short break. We have one more set. One more set, and then we go into our stretches. And then we are done. Okay, here we go. On 3, 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12 more. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Very good. Yay, we're done with our exercises. So let's go ahead now and go into our stretches. So we're basically going to do the same stretches that we did in the beginning. So let's start with our legs. Let's go ahead and bring the right leg forward. Bring the toes up. Put the hands on the left leg and bend the body over slightly. And hold that position. We are stretching the back of the right leg. And let's go ahead and switch. Bring the left leg forward, lift the toes, bend the body slightly, rest your hands on the right leg. Remember, we are resting our hands on the leg that's in the back, not the one that we are stretching, because if we put our hands here, we can potentially hurt ourselves. So put the hands on the leg that is in the back. Come on up. Bring the right heel up. Keep that leg behind. Bring the right heel up. Bring the hips forward. Now we are stretching the hip flexors. And make sure your shoulders are back. Your back is straight. And just stretch. And go ahead and switch. Left leg back, left heel up, hips forward, shoulders back, and stretch. Okay, come out of that position, open your legs hip width apart, bring the left arm across the front towards the right, and stretch the waist. Stretch, stretch. Right hand is on the hip, right elbow is out. Stretch. And now let's take it to the right side, over to the left. The right arm goes over to the left, and we are stretching the waist on the right side. Left hand is on the hip and elbow is out. Come on out of that position. Now go ahead and take the head towards the left and bring the right arm out. So we feel the stretch from the neck all the way down to the hand. And just stretch. The head goes towards the left. And just kind of pull the arm out towards the right slightly, the right arm. Now let's go ahead and take the head towards the right and the left arm out. Stretch. And lastly, let's go ahead and bring our chin down towards the chest. Take a deep breath. Just let the neck relax. Let the shoulders relax. Just hold that position. Make sure your knees are not locked, but rather that they're soft or relaxed. Now, bend your knees slightly. Bring the body down. Crossing the arms in front of you, go ahead and stand up as you inhale. And exhale as you go back down. Inhale again. Inhale as deep as you can and exhale again. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale and exhale. Very good. Very good. And so with that, we have reached the end of our class. Thank you so much for joining me. We look forward to seeing you virtually again next week and at one of our resource centers as soon as we can. Until then, stay active, healthy, and informed.